What's good people? Welcome back to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking the thumbnail. Today we're going to be talking about The Last of Us Episode 5. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have arrived and we are now at the point where we can unequivocally say that this show is the best video game adaptation to television that we've ever seen in our existence. Now, from an emotional standpoint, I knew that everything that would unfold this episode would unfold this episode. I played the game, so I knew what was coming with Henry and Sam. I do like the Kathleen wrinkle that they added in. She is not a character from the games, and I do like her performance. I feel like it's so absurd that for the last few weeks, the actors who played the Kathleen character had to justify her existence or her casting in the spot when she clearly did such a great job to portray a person who was horrendous and just relentless in the pursuit of her vengeance. I really like the fact that she got an arc that culminated in a very satisfying demise. I would say that her ending at the hands of a child clicker was probably one of the best things from this episode. When talking about the episode, there's probably about three different things that kind of stand out to me. One is, again, the overall visual style of the show. The fact that it's shot in such a way that is so refreshing and is so beautiful to behold on the screen. I really enjoyed that aspect of the show, the cinematography. Another huge point would be the emotional weight that this show continues to bring you week to week. It really peaked with episode 3, with the Bill episode. That was peak when it comes to emotional attachment to characters and displaying a story that just gets people interested outside of the zombie world. 4 was just a solid episode, but here we go with episode 5. The emotional weight of the story between Henry and Sam and the way that story just concluded in such a fast and moving way, just the way that it just, man, that's something that I definitely feel like elevates the show quite a bit. The third way that I find the show to be really moving would be the actual zombies playing a role in a zombie show. Now, I know most people call it a zombie show and they expect the usual tropes, but if you've ever played the games, you know wholeheartedly that the clickers are just a backdrop to the story of Joel and Ellie. But more importantly, the action aspect of the show, because the way that scene was shot when the clickers and all the different versions of clickers and infected just came out of the ground and they held there for a little while. They didn't just give you the wide shot of them running out. Like, no, they wanted you to feel the ground shake, and you really did. And when the bloater came out, I was like, man, how did they bring this thing to life? It was impressive that they brought it to life so well. And that scene created so much tension. And you could really see the fear on Joel as he was kind of providing overwatch for Ellie, like just taking out clicker at a time. He was really fearful in those moments, doing his best to take care and keep that promise that he made to Tess. So it was cool to see it play out that way. You get to see the fear in Pedro Pascal's performance, as well as you get to finally see these zombies make an impact on the storyline that our two main characters are walking out. So it was a great episode. Adaptation wise, I do feel like it was a wise and smart decision to turn Sam into a deaf character. Kudos to the show because they actually went out and find a hearing impaired young actor to play out this role of Sam. And he had an ASL coach. And if you watch past the credits and watch past the trailer for next week, you get to see that little after episode. And I found it to be very cool that they continuously find people who are experts and put them in the right places to make this show get produced, and just you see the effort in those performances. But I think it was a great choice. I think it was a very good choice to make Sam even more dependent on Henry by making him hearing impaired. And ultimately, the fact that Neil Druckmann is involved with the creation and the running of the show, it just gives me a whole lot of confidence for the series moving forward. Because at this point, they have not failed once to adapt in a way that was better. I know that's something that he said after the Bill episode, when you watch that little after the show clip. He said that if there's a way that they can adapt and make it better, then that's what they go with. And I do feel like this adaptation for Henry and Sam's story was better than the story that we got, although the story from the game was just as riveting. With the track record that this show has shown at this point, I believe that I'll be beating the same drum each week after we watch the episodes. I'll be the person coming back and telling you how masterful each episode is and how they continue to adapt things in a way that's just better than what they did when they presented us with a masterful game. I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. These guys are doing a great job knocking this show out of the park. Let me know your thoughts about the show. Do you feel like episode 5 was the best? If you don't, I feel like you're wrong, because this was absolutely the best episode of this show. You had all the good elements showing up: cinematography, the zombie action, and the emotional weight of that Henry and Sam storyline. So I'm very happy with this episode. And again, I really want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section. Did you enjoy this episode, and is it your favorite? Come back next week and check out more videos when we talk about episode 6 of The Last of Us. I'm looking forward to it. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.